Three, two, one. Okay. Welcome, everyone. I know this is a bit unusual, but who knows? This may be a new main staple of the channel, but
We're all about unusual here. Look at us.
exactly. So, today we will be discussing Fallout, because, as everyone knows this week, there was some big news going on.
Maybe not just Fallout, but Bethesda
Well,
in general,
yeah,
but
but-
mainly Fallout.
Mainly Fallout, because Bethesda was bought by Microsoft. And the main reason this is sparking up so much Fallout news over all the other Bethesda games is because back in the day, Obsidian, which is owned by Microsoft, made Fallout New Vegas.
And the original Fallout.
That is also true. So now we could see like a resurgence of some of the older stuff, and we want to have a little discussion about it. Like, let's just start off, for instance. Drew, would you like a Fallout New Vegas 2?
Oh, fuck yeah. Is that even a question? I am the Fallout fanboy.
I know, but
They could make a Fallout hentai game and I'd probably play the damn thing, alright?
I'm pretty sure someone's already done that out there.
I mean, you know what Rule 34 is, right?
Of course. And has there been a Vault 34 yet? Or
Oh, God.
have we seen that, or Vault 6?
Todd Howard, are you listening?
I think it's now Microsoft. Or who's in charge of Microsoft right now?
Bill Gates?
Okay. Anyway, as you know, now that Microsoft has the Fallout brand, which is where we're going to be focused on in the discussion. All right, would you like it if Fallout came out every year now, like a new game each and every year?
Yes and no. I feel like it'd become too much like Call of Duty at that point.
Yeah.
It's just a reskin, a rebrand.
Yeah, no. One thing that I was
And I'm sorry, it takes a long time to make a game.
that is true. That is true. One thing that I was somewhat afraid of, but kind of interested in, someone pointed out to me while scrolling through Reddit, since Fallout now is under the Microsoft umbrella, and all the people, if they sign off the right forms, they can now make a Fallout game. Would you like it if there was like now a Fallout like heavy shooter game, or like a Fallout card game?
I feel like they should keep it the same. They
Just-
shouldn't variate it or screw with it too much because Fallout at its core is just a fabulous game by itself.
Yeah, the exploration, the story, the lore.
Finding stuff, finding all the Easter eggs,
Mm-hmm.
finding all the little bits of lore in the computers and the books. It's
Yeah.
just all around good time, fun. Plus,
Yeah.
shooting shit.
That is true. That is true. Another question that popped up on Reddit and also got quite a few bit of stirs. I know I asked you if you wanted to Fallout New Vegas 2, but do you want it to be in the Mojave Wastelands? Because in all honesty, I do want another game in the same vein as Fallout New Vegas, but I do not want to return to New Vegas.
I almost feel like New Vegas 2 should be like going to like base of the NCR, like where they're based out of. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. It's been a while.
Mhm.
But going there and helping them, something happens. Maybe clash with Caesar's Legion up there, or
Yeah, I personally was thinking there's a lot of talk, maybe like a Fallout New Mexico, Fallout Canada.
I want to see like a Fallout in a more like forested area, kind of like
less
Point Lookout, but as a whole game, because
less desert.
something like up in this area. Where we've
Pacific
got
Northwest?
freaking trees everywhere and rednecks everywhere.
Yeah, there's actually a big mod team actually currently in the works for Fallout Cascadia.
I've seen bits and pieces of that. There's also there's another fan made game. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head now. But
Fallout Miami.
Miami's another one, but it's like a New York one
Ah, yes.
that's been in the work for a long time.
Yes, there's a bunch of Fallout mods.
Empire Wastes is what it's called.
Yes.
Fallout Empire Wastes. I've been following them on Facebook.
And also, speaking of, like, the mods, do you want Microsoft to do anything to stop it? Or, like, because let's be honest here. Fallout 3, for example, did not have any mods supported by Bethesda. Yet, when Fallout 4 came out, the same with Skyrim moved to the next gen.
Yep.
mods became kind of like a microtransaction. Do you still want them to keep that?
There was mods that were microtransaction and then just mods in general that you could download for free.
Yeah.
I liked a little bit of both in reality because like if something becomes good enough, then as long as that profit goes to the person who made it,
Gotcha.
not to Bethesda.
So you'd be okay if Bethesda was like a third party for mods and like people could like sell you mods.
It would be a little more moderated, I think, less buggy. A little more.
Yeah.
You know.
Speaking of bugs, now that sorry, that just made me.
We can't talk about Bethesda without talking about bugs.
Woo! Especially since we just got done with our Friday stream and it ended not once but 2 weeks in a row with bugs.
See, I played on consoles most of my life, so I'm used to it crashing.
Yeah.
Because the console overheats.
Yeah.
PCs, it shouldn't happen as often, but
Yeah.
running mods, it'll still happen. And
Yeah, no, but my thing is, now that Bethesda's under the Microsoft umbrella, do you think Microsoft will allow Bethesda to have this many bugs that they did before?
oh god, no. So it's going to be a lot longer until we get the next Fallout because they're going to make sure everything's perfect.
Yep. I honestly, I think I personally would be happy about that. I am tired of bugs in my Bethesda game.
I've gotten so used to it at this point.
I know.
I've been playing them for years.
I know, but I just had like some weird bugs to where I accidentally clipped through like the map and I couldn't get back.
The worst one I had was Fallout 4. You know when you're going to talk to Preston after you clear out the museum and you go out off the top and jump down?
Yeah.
You can't exit the dialogue with him, so you can't walk out the door. There's nothing you can do. You're just stuck in dialogue with him. Like you can still walk around and explore.
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually had to reload a previous character back to that point in order to do anything.
Yeah, no, actually, speaking of which, I am a completionist. Fallout 4 was one of the first games I ever 100% with all the trophies on my PlayStation 4. But there was this one glitch that irked me. I was able to go through in my final playthrough, do every single side quest. My mission board was cleared. Garvey asked me, like, I was in the middle of, like, the final quest, too. Garvey asked me to go do this one, protect this settlement.
Settlement needs your help.
I was like, fuck, alright, fine, I'll accept this. So let me go on this side quest. I did the side quest. I went and was like, now my mission board's, oh wait, I got that sub, alright, yeah, I'll go and... But it glitched out at that exact moment. Now, permanently, it says that same goddamn settlement is in need of help.
See, talking about getting it 100% completed, originally there was only one game I've ever done that with. Fallout 3. That's the one game I went through. I did literally everything you can do. New Vegas, I've done like 95% of it, and then Fallout 4, like 99%. Just because there's so much.
Oh, absolutely. They're big games, and...
Well, yeah, I have over 800 hours in 4. Of course it's big.
Yeah, no. They're all big games, and... One thing that I would like... This is also another game that we've been talking about. Remember Fable?
Oh, fuck yeah.
You know how in Fable 2 and 3 that you could have, like, a multiplayer?
Yeah.
But it was all in one world. For Fallout, I do not want them to return to the 76 just yet. What I do want, however, is a Fallout to where you can go and, like, call your friends up and be like, hey, come to my world. Let's go through a few quests, have some fun, then you can go back to yours.
Yeah.
And we can, like, still travel. Like, I don't want where everyone's sharing a world.
Yeah.
But, we can come and go.
You can have the option to play with other people, like couch co-op, or have it, I can play with my brother while he's at home. Mm-hmm. That kind of thing.
Yeah. To where you get the multiplayer, but it's not Fallout 76.
Not quite as extreme as 76 went.
Yeah, not purely multiplayer.
Yeah. I played most of it by myself anyway.
Yeah.
I'm the lone wolf.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure my Xbox profile is still set to offline like a year later.
Yeah, but...
The one thing I'm still looking forward to with a Fallout game, like I was talking about earlier. I want a nuclear winter style one, not like the battle royale that 76 did.
Mm-hmm.
Actual winter, like
Yep.
you got to make cold gear. You got.
Yeah.
I think it'd be so much fun. It'd be something different.
I completely agree with you.
Well, I mean, at this point, I'd be happy with any Fallout game they throw at me. But hey,
Yeah, no, because again, I too myself would very much enjoy a Fallout game that's set in the winter, like Fallout Alaska or Fallout Hawaii.
that'd be cool too. The other end of the spectrum,
Yeah, Fallout Hawaii, to where
or
it's like
something along the lines of like Fallout China,
China. Yeah, no.
like
So
the other side of the war. What happens to them?
that is also true, or like something outside of the U.S. because we know exactly this. Maybe there's another like Vault-Tec had a competitor. Let's call them the Bunkers. And that's what the European version was. Let's see what Bunker 23 was. Something like that.
I'm pretty sure they've already tossed that idea around because
Yeah.
they've been doing this shit for years now.
Exactly. Because but actually, back to the Fallout Hawaii idea. Because another reason that also became a major discussion was vehicles.
Yes,
There-
that's something I was going to bring up.
There has been no real Fallout game where vehicles are a thing. And I remember...
You go through the game. There's cars, there's trucks, there's motorcycles, literally everywhere.
Yep.
Can't do a damn thing with them.
Mm-hmm. And, because I remember when Fallout 4 came out, and Far Harbor also was a DLC, everyone was like, oh my god, are they going the pirate route? Because for short route, everyone was going pirate. And honestly, I thought about it, and I was like...
Welcome to Fallout 4, Black Flag.
Exactly. Well, the reason I was thinking about it is because that would be an insane idea, because we know everything. What happened to, like, the local wildlife that was mutated? What happened under the sea? What happened to, like, all those creatures?
Like, you've seen bits and pieces of it, like in Fallout 4, you'll find, like, a mutated dolphin washed up, or a mutated fish. That's about the extent of it. There should be more.
Yeah, no, and I was thinking, like, Fallout Hawaii would be perfect. Like,
Fallout Subnautica edition.
Yeah, something like that. Because another idea was that for Fallout Hawaii, a bomb landed in the middle of the ocean, did not... Hawaii was completely safe, but caused a volcanic reaction, causing several new islands to appear around Hawaii.
Okay.
Like, that was the idea, because I can't remember which post or where I heard this one from. Again, longtime Fallout fan. Heard a bunch of ideas everywhere.
I've been talking about this kind of stuff for years with my friends.
And if you guys got any ideas, please post in the comments down below. I'd love to hear it. But back to the Hawaii thing, volcanoes, and there's a bunch of new islands with new mutations on it. And you have your boat, you sail, you go to the different islands, then you hunt giant monsters.
I think you're going to need a bigger boat.
Yeah. And heck, with the whole construction thing, boat construction.
Yeah. The one thing I did like about 76, though, was being able to build wherever the fuck you wanted. That was so nice.
Yeah, no, I mean, and as an avid mod viewer, I do go around looking at mods, and that is something that I was thinking we could do.
I need to get back into screwing around with mods on 4.
Yeah, but I have seen so many mods of Fallout 4 when people took off that restriction, because the thing is, it's only like 3 lines of code that's keeping you from putting items everywhere in Fallout 4.
I'm surprised it's that much.
Yeah, no. Because, yeah. And people have made so much shit in the...
I've seen somebody make a freaking ship. Like, I've seen a lot of cool things that people have posted and made.
Absolutely. Actually, in fact, in the next Fallout game, would you like it restricted like in Fallout 4 or more open?
Do you mean restricted by where you can build or how much you can build?
Where you can build.
I want it to be a little more open. Not necessarily completely open. I think there should be some closed off areas. So people just aren't fucking with everything and make the game crash or something.
Yeah.
But I would like a little more open. Because I honestly enjoy making my home base.
Mm-hmm.
Filling it with stuff I collect. I'm the collector. That's what I do.
Absolutely, yeah. I totally, yeah.
Other thing I want, and I'm sorry, I still want Fallout 3 remastered.
Actually, yeah. Actually, now that Microsoft has Fallout, because one mod in New Vegas that did catch my eye was Fallout Remaster in New Vegas. It was a weird combination, and I don't know how well it could work again. But one thing that I am curious in is like reliving some of the old Fallout games, either in the newer or older styles.
The one thing I like, they don't even have to upgrade the graphics of Fallout 3 for me. I just like the legendary system of 4 and 76.
Mm-hmm.
Because to me, just that chance of finding a legendary enemy and having a rare piece of loot drop. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then 76 went even further with that and have up to, what, 3 to 5 stars?
Yeah.
So, like, you could have one legendary shotgun that does explosive damage, freezes on hit. Like, it gets crazy.
Yep. Actually, another thing that has been on my mind for a while, that Fallout 76 did introduce mutations.
That was cool. I've been waiting for something like that. Because, like, Fallout 3 and the GOAT, there's that hand coming out.
Yeah.
So, like, they're aware that mutations happen, but you never mutate no matter how much radiation you're exposed to. Same thing in New Vegas, same thing in 4.
Yeah,
Then 76 comes around, there's all kinds of cool shit you can do with them.
Being able to jump stupidly high, be immune to fire. Would you like that to come back, like, as a permanent fixture to Fallout?
Yes, because to me that's just more of the realistic...
Yeah, well...
Like, it's something that's going to happen when you're exposed to radiation. Like, you're going to grow a second penis or something. Like, let's be honest. It happens.
You really asking for that Fallout hentai game, aren't you?
No.
Oh, God. But...
It already exists, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe, but,
We just haven't heard about it because Bethesda sued them. Because they gave Todd Howard boobs.
I don't know what you're talking about, but, because, back to the whole mutation bit, there are a few mods out there that do give your character superpowers. Things like that.
Not so much, I don't want something game-breaking. Like, I like what they did in 76.
Well, yeah, no, I was about to say,
Like,
would you like those powers, but more in the vein of, like, how Skyrim has it, like, magic system? Or in this way, it's like a mutation system.
I like more like what they did in 76, like Marsupial. Mm-hmm. Extra jump, extra carrying capacity, but it lowers your intelligence, if I remember right.
Yeah. So you like to have a trade-off?
It's got to have balance. And then as you level up, you can make the positives outweigh the negatives, and balance it out. That kind of thing. I don't want it to be just, oh, okay, I can jump 10 feet in the air and nothing else.
Yeah. Speaking of, like, something like a balance system, I also... Okay. This is a bit of a gripe, and I'll be perfectly honest. Okay. Fallout 4, I do not like its dialogue system. At all. I do not like it being restricted to 4 different buttons.
I like having the like Fallout 3 in New Vegas. You have...
Yeah, so would you like to go back to that?
I think so. I think they should have it as a combination of the two. I like the fact your character actually says stuff in 4. But I like the actual dialogue box where you can have anywhere up to like 10 different options of what to say.
Yeah. If anything, the next Fallout game is going to need to have a whole lot of dialogue.
The next Fallout game is going to be spectacular.
Yeah. But I want to go back to the Fallout 3. I don't need a totally silent protagonist. I really don't.
I don't need them only saying stuff when they get shot in the face, alright?
Yeah,
they need to actually say something.
Okay, let's go a bit above Link from Legend of Zelda. Let's get some voice dialogue. It does not need to be during every dialogue option, because let's be honest, if the
That's just too much. Like,
yeah. That it may be too much, and also, let's be honest, some phrases can get really annoying. I remember my BioShock run and having to hear, "Welcome to the Circus of Value," or Fable, "Hero, your health is low." You know, we don't need anything repeating like that.
Don't die. I need your business.
If they're funny and they don't drill into your skull each and every single...
Now, when you say funny, you don't mean like Claptrap, do you? So funny they're annoying?
Yeah, that's
See,
a tightrope.
I love Claptrap.
That's a tightrope, but
Sorry, did I say wall sphincters?
let's get back to the robots. Since you're on
Automaton. That was a DLC we were missing earlier.
Yeah. All right, but that didn't take you anywhere.
Yeah, not really. It was still cool as hell, though.
It was. Would you like that back? Having your own customized.
I actually liked that because it was more customization options you can have. You could unlock stuff as you kill stuff, essentially.
Yeah.
The other thing going on that is I like some of the stuff they did with 76. How you unlock mods is by scrapping weapons.
Mm-hmm.
I actually thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. And you could modify a little every bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of the modification system, I absolutely love it because I'm sorry, you're in the end of the world scenario, you're gonna modify the fuck out of your gun.
Oh, absolutely.
You're gonna attach spikes to every board you can get.
Yeah, no, that was actually one thing that I really loved about Fallout 4 was, in all honesty, in Fallout 3 New Vegas, I felt like there was so much crap that you could pick up, but you could just never use it. Like all
At
the
least
books,
they did
plates,
some mods
stuff.
in New Vegas. I did like that. Like Gunrunner's Arsenal added a bunch of stuff, and there were scopes you could add, extended mags. Like it was at least something.
Yeah.
And then 4 improved on it even more, and then 76 even more again.
Yeah, so I think they're going the really good route with the looting and mods. I think they're doing a perfect job. They should. There's tweaking here and there, but they should relatively, in my opinion, try and keep it the same. The only other thing that I have to say for mods is be careful you don't break the game. Because I can say this, in all the Fallout games I've played, you get good enough mods, get good enough equipment, there's nothing really that scares you anymore. There's no big enemies that have really put terror into my soul anymore. I remember, because I'm a player that gets everything before they go through the main story, and I remember my first time seeing the giant behemoth at GNC Radio.
GNR, yeah.
GNR, thank you. And I remember holy shit! I brought out the mini nuke launcher, and
you just killed everybody.
I killed everything, and I was like, "Is that it?" And I was like, "Why was I scared of this thing?" And even more so in Fallout 4, holy shit.
One other thing that actually just popped into my head with next gen Fallout game. What about being able to choose what model of Pip-Boy you get? Because it's mentioned that there's several different models.
Yeah, with several different
there's
powers and things.
Each have one that boosts a certain skill over another one, or it's faster at computing.
Yes. Yeah.
Because obviously there's different models. Because 76 you have one, 4 you have one, then 3 in New Vegas you have a different one, and then Stanley in 3 is talking about how there's another model that he didn't give you.
Yeah, no, and I believe
of course the Pip-Boy.
Yeah, I believe the Pip-Boy in the third game was said to be the Pip-Boy 10,000, 3,000?
Pip-Boy 3000, I think.
3,000, yeah. So that means there's got to be quite a few different models. Yeah, there's just got to be a few different models, and it'd be really cool if one did increase your hacking ability.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, or one that had a better sensor, or maybe gave you a mini map in the corner.
Or when you plugged it into something, you can just instantly read it out.
Yep.
Or there's a lot of stuff they could do that's just little tweaks here and there.
Yeah, that can drastically improve it. But thank you for bringing that up. That was something I totally forgot about. But I do want to go back to the monsters and minion stuff, because let's face it, there is not a lot to be feared there.
I do like what they did with 4, with the different tiers based on your level.
Mm-hmm.
That made it a little more challenging, but once you get to a certain level with perks and stuff, you're a god.
Yeah, I mean,
and I played on very hard, and I'm still once I hit level 50, just breezing through everything.
Mm-hmm. I have to agree. And one thing that someone did pop out when Fallout 76 did come out was the sloths, the bears, the amount of different death claws, and death claws, they came from lizards, little tiny lizards. What if something else got big? We've seen rad roaches. Have we seen any giant rad rats?
Yeah. There's giant rat. They're not giant rats, but they're bigger than normal rats.
Yeah,
But there's not very many of them.
I'm saying, but then again, maybe we shouldn't be going bigger. Maybe we need different robots or something a little bit more intelligent.
That's why I want a different genome. Something unique.
Yeah.
Like, up here. Let's see a fucking giant porcupine.
Oh, dude, that'd be fucking
A
terrifying.
mutated moose. You know how terrifying...
Dude, those things are already huge,
You know how
man.
terrifying that would be?
Yeah, no, something like that. Or, like, have, like, the mutated antlers or deer, like, be like a force field. Like, could you imagine a super muse with powers charging at you?
Yeah, you'd shit your pants.
Yeah.
Or like up here, there's this like turkey. That'd be something. That'd be like Borderlands DLC all over.
Yeah, that could also be something.
Or like, I can see them doing a lot more with the mutations on animals.
Yeah, because...
Like, let's see a mutated mountain lion.
Yeah. Or, I know some games have done this. Because not only the monsters, you also got the bandits, raiders. What if there was a certain place where you can go to for a bit of a challenge to where a bandit leader was actually a shadow of another player online? Like, they had all the gear, equipment.
They kind of did something along the lines of what they did with Shadow of War. You could challenge another player's castle, essentially, and fight his army. That kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think that something like that would be really good. Especially if there weren't enough players for... Because I also hear that Fallout 76's Battle Royale was actually pretty good.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I actually had quite a bit of fun. That's the first Battle Royale I've ever played.
I've played a few. I don't know. I guess it's just not my game.
I refuse to play Fortnite. I absolutely refuse.
Tried it, and gotta say I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see why some people are like...
I don't know
truly
if
appealing,
it's just
but, yeah.
because I'm a Fallout fan to my core, or it's just I actually had fun with it, but I really enjoyed it. The way that set it up.
Yeah. Yeah, so, actually, would you like another Battle Royale or some sort of tournament style like in the next one?
As an option.
As an option, like a side quest?
Something that's not forced upon you.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Like, say, like, if you're somebody like me, like, I like to play Fallout, I also like to drink, but I don't like to drink and play Fallout. But I will drink and play Nuclear Winter. Like, I'll play that thing smashed. And have a blast and get my ass kicked. Like, something like that would be fun. Or, like, even having different game modes. Like, you ever play GTA Online? There's different game modes.
Yeah.
I think something like that would be cool, too. Have that option.
Yeah. And actually, speaking of options, because that also brought me to an idea of, like, maybe raiding someone else's base, and that gave me the idea of what fractions do you want to see return in the next game?
What, factions?
Factions. My bread. Phew.
Well, the normals, of course. I love my Brotherhood of Steel, of
Yep.
course. It also depends on what locale it's in.
That is true. That is true.
Like, there's going to be remnants of whatever group is in the area.
Yeah. Raise energy drinks. It has 0 calories, 0 sugars, 0 carbs, and 0 artificial dyes. Use the code ODDGAMES at repsport.com for 15% off of any of your purchases. Odd Games for 15% off of every purchase of Raise energy drinks. They're a fantastic drink with 300 milligrams of caffeine to boost your day. Try Raise energy drinks today. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. Get back.
Okay, anyway, what I was going to say, back to this.
Yeah, back
what
to...
about...
hang on. Hold that thought. Hold on. Let's just recap what we said about factions.
Fractions, y'all.
Apologies, we got a little bit interrupted. But factions. Okay, just repeat a little bit of what we said. It depends. What fractions we want really depend on what locale it is, because, again, you got the local
There's going to be the locals, and it's all going to depend on, like, minorities in the area, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's all going to depend on who descends from the people from before the war.
Yeah.
Like, Enclave was remnants left over from the war.
Yeah.
So that's why they became what they are. Yeah. Brotherhood of Steel.
Yeah.
Just, you know.
Or even something random like an entire new nation, like the Kingdom of Tim. Or no, Kingdom of Dave.
It was Dave, yep.
Yep. Yep, but I do apologize for interrupting. I just wanted to...
Yeah, okay. But what do you think about having more like character customization options, like heights, that kind of thing?
Um, that would be interesting. That would definitely be interesting
Because like a lot of RPGs, you have full control. You
yes.
can make yourself a midget. You can make yourself a giant,
but that also
skinny, fat.
depends on like what story they're trying to tell. Because Fallout, while you do get amazing character customization, there's a lot of story there.
Yep.
There's a lot of story there. So, but I have been curious on what it would be like to go through a Fallout game as a child. Or, being like an elderly person.
Kind of like what you do in Fable. Start out
Yeah.
as a kid and you grow up.
Yeah. So, that definitely would be a huge, interesting idea there. Okay, I know people are gonna get mad at me for saying
Who
this.
gives a fuck?
But I just have to say this first. Fallout lore is set in America that is somewhere stuck between like the 50s and 60s.
What it is around the 1940s, 50s, they diverged from our timeline and have an alternate timeline of atomic age.
Yeah, and the thing is, I don't mind people,
Which, I'm sorry, I personally love that era, so it's perfect.
Yeah, I understand. It's just, I also understand that people have issues with that because one thing that I'm still a little bit annoyed with Cyberpunk for doing this, there's no more male or female options. It's just like you create the character and things like that. I don't mind those in certain games, but I just want them not to change the lore. Like in character customizations, I don't want them suddenly putting on cybernetic arms or mutations, before you get a chance to, go out into the world and unlock them.
That kind of thing should be based on your background.
Yeah.
Like, if you ever played games like Dragon Age Origins,
Yeah.
the stuff, like, you get certain stuff depending on background and race you are. That kind of thing would also be kind of cool. Like,
if they do that like that, I do not mind them putting that. If they started with a character that's already pre-built like that, and not like from a vault, I do not mind
even
that.
in a vault, and like say you're the engineer of the vault, so you're good at hacking, you're good at repairing stuff.
I just don't want you to suddenly start out and be like, hey, I'm a totally new guy to this world. Yeah, I suddenly have all this stuff, and I have tits.
No.
Like, I mean, I'm like, one, if we're going pre-America, I don't know how that would work, especially if you're in a vault, because those values don't really change too much.
Yeah.
And I don't want you suddenly ending up with some alien arm without any proper explanation. I just don't want them to suddenly start throwing Fable's lore around,
Yeah. They've already done enough mixing of lore.
Yeah.
Like, they've already contradicted themselves on several occasions. I don't need to go back to that.
Yeah, we don't need to go back to that. And I know people
I love the games, but they need to get their shit together sometimes.
They do. And I just don't want you being, like, suddenly an alien character or something like that.
Or a synth.
Yeah, something like that. But speaking of, like, character customization and designs, what is your idea of companions?
What do you mean?
Well, what I mean is, when I was thinking about this and talking to people about, like, what they want in companions and mods, things like that, there was an idea that sparked out from a few games to where once you get a companion, they're a pre-built character and everything, but you can swap out and play them instead. Like, say, Fallout 4, you're playing, you meet Piper, she's your companion now, you can suddenly swap out with her, play her story, customize her as you want.
I think something like that should... I'm going to go back to Dragon Age Origins again, because they actually did something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that, but it's a separate part of the game.
Yeah.
Like, one of the characters, you can play her story, but it's a whole different campaign.
Yeah.
It's a whole different part of the game.
Yeah.
Like, something like that would be kind of cool, but
yeah.
I think it should be a separate part. Or, like, maybe you do stuff in there, you can earn upgrades for that character in the main game. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool, I think. Have it, like...
Having more than one character to play as?
Yeah. Or, like, learn more backstory about the people you're traveling with.
Absolutely, because that's another thing, because again, now that they're under Microsoft, they have like so much range they can do. They could have pre-built characters that you can mold like clay.
Microsoft has done a lot with character development.
Mm-hmm. So like, and it's huge how many game developers they have under their umbrella. So who knows what we're gonna see?
Yeah, I'm super excited. I don't know about you.
Oh, I'm ecstatic. I'm just really scared again. Suddenly, a few months from now, we're gonna be like, "Hey, here's a Fallout trading card game," and I'm gonna be just.
Unless it's like what they did with Fallout Shelter, and it's a teaser for the actual game. Like, here, have this while we're working on the other game.
Yeah, like,
hold you over. I loved Fallout Shelter.
Fallout Shelter was fun.
I still play it from time to time. I have it on my Xbox.
Yeah, I just don't know how I feel if they like expand way too wide in the game genre.
Yeah, there's a little there's only so much you should do with a gift horse.
Yeah, maybe I wouldn't mind if they went like a Telltale route. A
Telltale, like they did with Tales from the Borderlands.
Yeah,
that would be kind of interesting.
Definitely interesting.
Maybe fix some plot holes with it.
Yes, because there is a bunch of those. Oh my god! I mean, so many plot holes.
I love Telltale games, so if they do something like that, that'd be cool.
Yeah, definitely. So, I think that pretty much covered everything on my little list. Is there anything on your list?
So far, I brought most of it up.
Yeah.
I kind of hope they expand a little more with the factions. Like, being able to do more with them as a group. Like, they have their own, like, hideout and stuff like that. Like, kind of like the Minutemen have the fort, that kind of thing. Just a little more in-depth than that.
Yep. Yeah, so who knows? We may see these things in Fallout 5, 6, or even,
whatever
again, like
they
New Mexico. Or New Australia.
New Vegas 2.
Yeah.
Fallout Down Under.
That would be kind of cool. I mean, let's be honest.
Why
Australia
not? Everything
has
there
like...
wants to kill you anyway.
Exactly. Australia, oh my god, has so many poisonous creatures.
And what would you do if you saw a freaking mutated platypus?
Perry? Still one of my favorite childhood shows. I will never deny that. Phineas and Ferb was awesome. Anywho,
my co-host is a child. I am sorry, everybody.
I found it entertaining. Not gonna lie, but anyway, yeah, I believe we went through everything: the Pit Boys, combat, companions, all that jazz. So, yeah. Guess final thing, real quick question I have. How big would you like the next Fallout game to be?
Yes.
Just yet.
As big as I want to fucking make it.
Okay.
I will gladly take a bigger game. I'll take a smaller game. I just want another Fallout.
You just want more Fallout.
I want to play that game for the rest of my life.
Maybe we'll get there. Maybe by Fallout 8, it'll have so much content, you'll go to the grave with it.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, but I think that's all we got here at Outcast Score. Please come back again. We'll be doing Fallout Fridays for quite a while, and hopefully by the time we're done with all the Fallouts, the next one will be out. So, other than that, I'm Jerome.
I'm Drew.
Yep, and this has been Outcast Score. We'll see you guys later.